Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are on the campus of Cape and Mount Carmel High School in East Wichita for tonight's Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader finale. For us, anyway, it is the finale. Actually, Cape has a game on Thursday against Heights as well. But this is the finale for the Grizzlies, both the girls and the boys. The girls will be tipping it off here at the top of the hour. That's approximately 20 minutes from now. And we welcome you to, as you already know, what is a delayed podcast of the two games tonight. Cape and Mount Carmel's gym, which quite frankly, I helped build. And I insisted that they put hardwired Ethernet internet connections in here. And they did. There are 3 Ethernet ports 20 feet from where we are sitting. 2 of them are being occupied by the home team, and the third one does not work. So the fact that the third one does not work led us to try doing a hotspot broadcast, and the hotspot, as I already knew, does not work up here in the catwalk of the Cape and Mount Carmel gym. So that is the reason for our delayed broadcast of tonight's action. We're going to go ahead and send it to the Marcus Myers pregame show. We'll be back with him in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cape and Mount Carmel High School, home of the Crusaders, for tonight's regular season-ending doubleheader between the Grizzlies and the Crusaders and the final City League games of the campaign. The girls will tip it off first at the top of the hour, and we're joined, as always, by head coach Marcus Myers for a visit. Coach, welcome, and let's turn our attention. We have to go back 2 games with you because, unfortunately, the girls did not get to play in the senior night festivities on Friday night. So let's go back 2 games to South High, and not exactly the finish you were looking for.
No, Kevin, it wasn't. But yeah, I give my respect to South. They were incredible. I think they're the best team in the city, and they played like it that night.
They sure did. They did play. They played, and you have to give them all the credit in the world because they played an outstanding game, and hopefully it gave us an opportunity to learn something from that game going into tonight's game at Cape.
Yeah. We need this one. I must say, we need this one. The girls know it. Our focus is there. It's good that we had the night off with the West game. And, yeah, this is a big one for us.
And you know it's winnable because we've beaten this team this year at our place. And that's a little bit different when you play a team on the road, and it's going to be their last game, and they are not going to be caught by surprise. But our girls are good enough to beat Cape and Mount Carmel.
Yes, we are. The style of play, it sits in our favor. We just don't play well against the aggressive teams, but teams like Bishop Carroll, Cape, and those type of schools, we usually play well, but we need to play good no matter who we face in that night.
We have, besides the fact that it's the last regular season game, and it doesn't matter. Winning this game is not going to get us a home game in the playoffs. So what it does do for us, though, tell me if you disagree, it sets, we need some momentum going into the playoffs. Uh, and this is a good team to get momentum against because they're a good team, they're a quality program, and it's a program that we've beaten.
Yes, I totally agree. I mean, even the last time we played Cape and won, it gave us huge momentum going in to the next game. And you win this game, I think we jump up 2 slots and we probably stay home in the city, I believe. But last time I looked at it, so I mean, there's a lot going into this game tonight.
So was I wrong? We do have a chance to get a home game in the playoffs?
No, I mean, when I say stay in the city, I believe if we win and I mean, there's a couple games that got to happen, or but we'll stay home and play Southeast, I believe.
Okay, so what you're saying is, you would avoid the need to have to travel a long distance, is what you were saying. That's on me.
Yes.
I misunderstood where you were going with that. And yeah, I mean, Southeast is tough too, but it'd be a lot better. I mean, it'd be a lot easier on everybody if we could stay in town for a playoff game or two before we had to, instead of having to go out to Dodge City or
I mean, just for
school
our
that's far
fans.
away, that's a lot of travel, especially on school day. So it'd be a lot easier if we could stay at home that first game or two.
Yeah, I want our parents to be there, our playoff game, and so it's important to us.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck on that. Before we wrap up our last regular season visit, even though the girls did not play Friday night against West, the team was there and they made a lot of noise when a certain young manager was introduced during the senior night festivities. The only senior in our girls program, of course, is Austin, the manager. And tell us, if you will, what she's meant to this program.
Autumn's been everything. I mean, talking about the highs, the lows. Just she does everything for the girls. She takes them home. She gives them food, candy, and she our coaching staff. And just her joy about this whole thing that we're doing and the belief, and she just been right there this entire time. So that moment with her, it was everything for me to get back, for us to get back. So
how many years has she been a manager in the program?
She's been with me for 3, but before I got here, she was here. So say all 4 years.
So she did it all 4 years, and that's what I thought the answer was. And you're right. And I have personally witnessed what she's done for you. And when we went on the road to Lawrence earlier this year, those are the kinds of times when you really appreciate having quality managers on the team, because it takes such a load off the shoulder of the coaches.
Correct. Yeah, totally. I mean, I can't even explain how much she means to us. Incredible kid. Very. So.
And, I listened to the senior night ceremonies as well as you did live. And I did not hear everything that was said because I had my headset on. But if I understand correctly, she's going to Fort Hays State next year. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And is she going to study nursing? Is that what I heard?
I don't think it's. I'm not sure totally. I'm not sure. I don't think it's nursing though.
Okay. Well, I'll withdraw that part because I did not hear it all again because I had my headset on. And as long as we're talking about the senior night thing, for those of you watching this at home, I'll tell you now, the senior night ceremony we did record it live. And if you did not watch it or did not see it, we were not able to present it live because of a technical problem, but we did record it live, and that is uploaded. If you go into the video section of NWHS Grizz instead of the live section where you are now, go back to the video section. That's where the game is, and at the beginning of the game is the senior night ceremony. You'll be able to see it there. I wanted to make sure I told everybody that. So anyway, congratulations to Autumn Austin, and I know she'll be missed next year.
She will.
Best of luck to you tonight. You have a big task ahead of you against Cape and Mount Carmel in their building. They're going to bring a lively crowd. They always do. Hopefully that will encourage our kids to keep focused, play well, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck too.
Yeah, well, I'll take it all.
I'll take it all. All right. Best of luck, and we will look forward to a visit with you next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, before our first playoff game against whoever our opponent is.
Okay, you say next Tuesday?
Isn't that when the first game is?
I'm
assuming it's Tuesday.
Awesome.
Whenever it is against, I'll rephrase it. We'll talk to you whenever the game is against whomever the opponent is. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Talk about strategy for the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Head coach Marcus Myers on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, folks, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's varsity girls contest against the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzlies style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th West and Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service, with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Surfaces, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidSurfaces.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cape and Mount Carmel High School and their new gym, the Back Route Memorial Gymnasium. Built back in 2010. Pretty nice facility for the Crusaders to play in, and among other things, they've got one heck of a great scoreboard here, and I love the scoreboard here at Capen. Just a quick review, I'm not going to harp on it, but I will mention at the beginning of each of the games tonight why this is a delayed podcast. Has nothing to do with us and everything to do with Capen. This gym has hardwired internet up here on the press box catwalk level because I insisted that it be put here. There are 3 internet plugs up here. 2 of them are already being used by Capen, and the third one, unfortunately, does not work. We tried to get our hotspot going here tonight, and unfortunately, it's not working either. We can't get a signal out on it, and that's no surprise because we never were able to get a hotspot to work up here, which is why I insisted we have Ethernet up here in the first place. So we had no other option except to do what we did at Southeast, and that is to record the game and upload it overnight. That's what we've done, and if you're watching it now, we thank you for tuning it in and hope you enjoy the broadcast of Grizzlies basketball here on the World Wide Web. That's perfect there. Do me a favor, swing that to the other, see if the basket's in the picture. It is. Okay. Now we got the whole court and the baskets, and we get a bigger picture for the folks at home. That's what I wanted. They're getting set for the introduction of the starting players. We've got about a minute to go here on the stadium clock before we introduce the players and they play the national anthem. Grizzlies will be playing from left to right here in the first half. They are in their road blue uniforms with gold trim and gold numerals. Capen will be in their home whites tonight. A smattering of Grizzlies fans. Not a lot of fans made the trip across town, at least not yet, for this contest. And quite frankly, Capen doesn't have a lot of people here either. I'm sure that will change when the boys play. Capen boys are pretty good attraction here. They've done very well this year. They're 17-1 on the season.
Special salute goes out to the alumni at KMC and fans of both schools. This sanctioned by the KMC High School
camera up there, so I can't unplug that. And the other one is a home camera, and I can't
I know.
unplug that.
I figured that out.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Nothing you can do about it.
And you said the third one was...
You know what I told Bloomer? Fix the third one.
Yeah. Tonight.
But thanks, Marty. I appreciate it. Marty Straub, our host here.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Almighty God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of each of these young ladies that you brought here to compete tonight. We ask you to bless them, to keep them safe from injury and harm, to allow them to play with the true spirit of sportsmanship, that what they do on the board tonight, and return their gifts and talents back to you, can truly give you honor and glory, and draw each of them closer to you. We ask all this as we pray the words that you yourself have taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us. Father Capen, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. Singing the national anthem tonight, Stephen Mount Carmel students, stage go. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's burden, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's the national anthem here at Cape and Mount Carmel. Pretty nice rendition performed by one of the students here at KMC. Now we'll go to the starting lineups for both teams, and we're going to give you Cape and Mount Carmel's first. 5'4" senior, number 5, Sophia Gimino. 5'9" junior, number 12, Lizzie Romer. 5'8" sophomore, number 13, Maddie Spears. 5'6" senior, number 25, Eloise Thorpe. And finally, a 5'11" sophomore, number 43, Emily Jacobs. Head coach for the Crusaders is Billy Graff. He's assisted by Will Engels, Shannon Ribadello, and Marie Thomas and Jim Vanek. Now the starting lineup for your Northwest Grizzlies. A 5'9" freshman forward, number 5, Anaya Simpson. 5'2" sophomore guard, Aaliyah Richard, number 21. 5'8" sophomore guard, number 22, Kamira Barber. 5'9" junior forward, number 24, Sasha Reed. And 5'9" freshman forward, number 30, Aubrey Navarrete. Head coach for the Grizzlies is Marcus Myers. He's assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. As I mentioned, the Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the first half. They're in their road blue uniforms with gold numerals and gold trim, and Cape and Mount Carmel in their home white uniforms with blue numerals and blue trim. We're kind of high up here. We're kind of on a high perch tonight here at Cape and Mount Carmel. It's one of the highest perches in the city. But we're up here in the nosebleeds. The oxygen masks are out, and we're ready for some City League basketball. Girls will tip it off here, and then the boys will follow 20 minutes later. And you will not need to do anything for the boys' game. It will all blend in. This is all one program here tonight on NWHS Grizz. On the floor for your Grizzlies, Anaya Simpson, number 5. Aaliyah Richard, number 21. Kamira Barber, 22. Sasha Reed, 24. And Aubrey Navarrete, number 30. Opening tip is won by the Crusaders, and we're underway here at Cape and Mount Carmel. With the ball is Emily Jacobs, number 43, passing it around. Lizzie Romer with it now. Back to Jacobs. Around the horn it goes. Maddie Spears has it. And she's going to give it to Jimeno. Jimeno, a big three-point threat. And the last person to touch it, number 25, Eloise Thorpe. We've mentioned everybody on Cape and Mount Carmel's squad. First shot goes up, misses, rebounded by Romer. Jacobs thought about a three, and now it'll be another three missing by Thorpe, and it's rebounded by Sasha Reed. Kamira Barber brings it across the timeline for Northwest. She puts up a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded right into the arms of number 25, Eloise Thorpe. And Jimeno will bring it across the timeline. No score, 1 minute gone here in the first quarter. And we have a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Fouls on Maddie Spears. That's the first on Cape and Mount Carmel. Grizzlies inbound the ball, and we're back underway here. A common foul. Kamira Barber from three, off the rim, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Northwest. Aaliyah Richard will inbound for the Grizzlies. She gets it into Sasha Reed. Richard puts it up. She slips going up. Can't get anything, and coming away with it is Emily Jacobs for Cape and Mount Carmel. Romer for three, in and out, no good. Rebounded there by Simpson, and here comes Northwest right back. Kamira Barber, 15 feet for two, no good. Rebounded by Thorpe. Jimeno brings it back across, and nobody can score here in the first quarter. Emily Jacobs surveying everything, now dishes it off to Thorpe. That one taken away. Here's Richard with it, bringing it down the floor. One man to beat. She puts it up. It's blocked by Romer, and she takes it. Loose on the floor, taken back away by Barber briefly. But Jimeno manages to get it. Now Thorpe for three, misses everything. And it's rebounded by Sasha Reed. 5:30 to go. First quarter, no score. So far, a pitcher's duel here at Cape and Mount Carmel, and now a timeout has been taken by Northwest. We'll see how long this puppy is. I think it's going to be a full. It is. And since it's a full time, we're going to go ahead and take it with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hey, man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
And again, back at Cape and Mount Carmel.
Coming out of the timeout, it'll be, to be honest with you, I forgot whose ball it is. I think it's Northwest ball. It ought to be. We called the timeout. No changes in personnel for Northwest. The starting five remains in there, and that's Simpson, Richard, Barber, Reed, and Navarrete. Back underway here in the first quarter. Barber has it, top of the key. Drives, sends it wide for Navarrete. She thought about a three and passed it off instead to Richard. Now Sasha Reed has it. Reed back to Barber. Barber back to Richard. Richard drives the baseline, now sends it back out to Barber. Capon in a 2-3 zone. Barber into the paint, drives, puts it up, and it doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Gimeno. She brings it down the floor, dishes it off, and that's intercepted by Barber. Barber all the way down, puts it up off the glass, no good. Off the foot of Simpson, out of bounds to Capon Mount Carmel. Into the game for Northwest is the 5'7" freshman guard, number 10, Amaya Alvarez. And she replaces Anaya Simpson, who takes a seat. Capon with it, that's Jacobs with it. Jacobs comes from some good bloodlines here at Capon Mount Carmel, as older siblings have played for this program and done extremely well. All the way back to the early teens when I was still around the building. There's one picked off by Barber. Barber, 2-on-1 for Grizzlies. Up, Richard can't make it go. Rebounded by Capon. Up off the glass, and that one doesn't go. It's rebounded by Navarrete. 3:30 to go, first period, no score. This is unbelievable. Pardon me. Navarrete, top of the key. Going wide to Barber. Barber gives it to Alvarez. Alvarez now to Navarrete. Back to Barber. Barber drives, puts it up off the glass. She's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot two and try and break the double Schneider. Foul is on, who's it on? It's on Lizzie Romer. First free throw is good. And the Grizzlies finally break the ice. Barber will have one more. And the second one misses. She makes 1 out of 2. Underneath, Emily Jacobs scores for Capon, and the Crusaders take a 2-1 lead. Innocent Robinson is back in the game. She just subbed in, along with the 5'1" junior guard, Kenzie Edwards, number 1, who's also on the floor. And now we have a foul call. Crusaders sub in Myra Nichols, number 21. And Capon inbounds. We're back underway with 2:25 to go here in the first. Loose ball almost picked off by Barber. Romer has it for Capon Mount Carmel. There's a 12-footer that misses, rebounded by Reed. Kenzie Edwards misses a three, rebounded there by Robinson. Innocent Robinson still with it. Gives it to Reed, now back to Barber. For three, good by Barber. And it's 4-2 Northwest. Wofford has it for Capon. Gives it off to Tilly Jones, number 2. Now in the paint, going up and getting fouled. Will be shooting free throws, and going to the line will be Myra Nichols. Fouls on Sasha Reed, her first. Team foul number 2 for Northwest. First free throw is good. Aaliyah Richard comes in for Robinson. Gimino comes back in for Capon along with Maddie Spears. One more free throw for Myra Nichols. And that one does not go. Rebounded by Barber. And we're back underway. Approaching 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Kenzie Edwards has it on the far side, gives it to Reed. Reed back to Barber. Barber into a double team. Up off the glass, it doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Capon. Lawfer gets the rebound, and the Crusaders will bring it down with less than a minute to go. Lawfer with it again, giving it to Jones. A three by Gimino is good. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot let her have uncontested threes because she's deadly with them. Barber over to Richard for three, off the heel, no good. Edwards got the rebound, puts it up, and doesn't go. And Capon gets that rebound. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Lawfer underneath the basket, puts it up. She's fouled. She will go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls on Navarrete. That's her first and the third team foul on the Grizzlies. 2-shot foul. Lawfer's first one is good. Barber comes out. Robinson came in for her. The second one is no good. Navarrete gets the rebound. 3 seconds to go on the clock. Edwards, good! It's a 2, but it does count. And that's it. We're at the end of the first quarter, and a low-scoring quarter for most of it anyway. At the end of one, it's Capon Mount Carmel 7, Northwest 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the second quarter. Stay with us. This is Grizzly basketball. Back at Capon Mount Carmel, 7-6 Grizzlies trail, and they will inbound the ball to start the second period of play. And we are underway here in the second quarter. Edwards, Robinson, Barber, Richard, and there's a 3 by Edwards. Oh, it's a 2. Edwards, they gave her a 2, but the Grizzlies take the lead 8-7. Navarrete is the 5th person on the floor for Northwest tonight. Didn't get a chance to finish. Here's one from Lizzie Romer. That's no good. The rebound is going to come all the way back out. And we have a foul called. Underneath it goes, out of bounds to Northwest. Robinson brings it up across the timeline. Laufer guarding her. Now there's Barber. Into the paint it goes, up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Romer. And the Crusaders bring it back down. Long 2 misses, rebounded by Navarrete. She gives it to Aaliyah Richard. Richard, Robinson all by herself down here. Puts it up and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot. No, I guess she's not. Nope, they're going to say that was on the floor before the shot. Fouls charged to Phoebe Laufer, her first. Ball's inbounded. We're back underway. Robinson with it for Northwest. To Barber. Barber on the near side. Looking for some help. All the way out to Richard. Richard sends it over to Robinson on that side now. A long 3 by Robinson off the heel. No good. Rebounded by Jacobs. And here comes Capon back trying to take the lead again. Romer goes up. The shot is blocked out of play. It'll stay with Capon, but a nice play by Northwest to block that shot. Sasha Reed comes in for Navarrete. Ball inbounded to Jimino. She gives it to Jacobs. Jacobs into the paint. Oh, Reed had a hand on it, couldn't control it. Pardon me, Capon has it back. Jimino gives it to Romer. Into the paint it comes. Loose ball on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up, and a jump ball is called. And on the alternating possession, it will go to Capon Mount Carmel. Another example of what is arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Jimino will inbound. And she threw it away. That'll be Northwest ball. Ball was never touched, so they'll do it from the end, from the baseline. And we're back underway. Barber, Robinson, Richard, Edwards, and Reed on the floor for Northwest. I have yet to acknowledge our executive producer, Kid O'Grady, who's over there doing a wonderful job getting these pictures to you. We sure thank Kid for an outstanding effort here tonight. There's one taken away by Jimino. She'll bring it all the way down and miss the lay-in. And the ball knocked out of play by Lauren Keiss, number 15, who just came into the game. And it will belong to Northwest. Ball's inbounded to Barber. Edwards with it now, bringing it across the timeline in front of Jimino. Gives it off to Richard. Richard to Robinson. Robinson drives, puts it up. It's blocked by Keiss, and Keiss gets the rebound as well. Maddie Spears brings it up the floor to Jimino. Back out to Keiss. Keiss to Jacobs. Jacobs to Gimino, who puts up a three, way short. Keiss the rebound, count it. Lauren Keiss makes it 9-8. Capon. Edwards with the ball. Gives it to Richard, who almost lost it. She'll pass it around to Robinson, now back to Barber. Top of the key. And a turnover or a foul. We'll see which it is. They're calling an offensive foul away from the ball on Sasha Reed. Reed will come out because she's got 2 fouls. And Navarrete will go in for her. Capon inbounds. We're back underway. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Jacobs gives it over on the near side. Romer for 3 and scores. Romer gets her 3. It's 12-8 Capon. Grizzly spin move, puts it up, and count it for Barber. And Barber has 6. Jacobs gives it to Loffer. Now back over here to Sanders, number 3, who came into the game. Romer puts up another 3. They've already blown the whistle. And they're calling a foul on the floor. Robinson picks up her second. The 6th team foul. And here we go again. This crew blows more fouls than any crew in the city. Every time we have them, it's a whistle-blowing contest. Northwest has taken a timeout. We'll keep it right here. And we'll ask you folks to take a moment here while you're watching this. Minimize our picture just a little bit so that the rest of your screen comes up, and we would ask you to please take a moment and subscribe to NWHS Grizz. The subscribe button is on your screen. All you got to do is push it. The school benefits, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Hit subscribe and subscribe to NWHS Grizz today. We also want to thank all of our sponsors, Bell Hamilton Ford at 119th Street West and Kellogg. Todd Eflin narrates. Todd does voiceovers for cell phones, or for phone services, answering machines, educational videos, you name it. He does great voiceover work, and he also does it for our webcasts. Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair, Jensen Chiropractic, Chance Transmission, Made Pro of Wichita, Taco Pronto, Keystone Solid Surfaces, and Andrews Cleaning Service, all sponsors of Grizzly basketball. Capon will inbound. Romer dishes it out. Now we're over on the near side. Spears has it. And Gimino, the quarterback, gives it off to Romer. Romer puts up a 3. It lips out. No good. Rebounded by Barber. Here come the Grizzlies back with a chance to tie or take the lead. And Robinson walked with it. Just knew that was coming. She couldn't figure out what to do, whether to go left or go right, so she did neither and walked with it. Gimino brings it across the timeline, inside 3 minutes to go. We'll tell you right now, we do not have a halftime guest. Lizzie Romer gets a 2 in the paint, parked underneath the basket. Kamira Barber gives it to Kenzie Edwards. Edwards to Navarrete. To Richard, back to Navarrete for 3. Good! Aubrey cans a 3, and we're down by 1. Romer over to Gimino. Back out here to Sadie Sanders. Lauren Keiss has it now. Gimeno has it. Thought about a three. Dishes it off to Romer. Back to Keiss and back out to Romer. Grizzlies doing a good job defensively here, tying things up for Capon. Gimeno drives in the paint, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Barber, and here's a lay-in, 2-on-0 break for Northwest. Edwards, count it. And the Grizzlies take the lead. Gimeno brings it down the floor for Capon. Into the paint underneath. Romer was all by herself. That was an easy lay-in for Lizzie Romer. Barber will bring it down for Capon, giving it to Robinson. Navarrete has it to Barber. Barber over on the near side to Navarrete for three, off the heel, no good. The rebound goes out of play and it will go to Capon. 33 seconds to go in the first half. Grizzlies down by one, and Capon has the ball. Coming in, back in for Northwest, Sasha Reed and Anaya Simpson, replacing Navarrete and Robinson. So in addition to Reed and Simpson, we have Kenzie Edwards, Aaliyah Richard, and Kamira Barber on the floor for Northwest. And we have a 1-and-1 foul situation. I didn't realize they had called a foul. Capon is now in the bonus, and the first one is good. And Romer's second one misses. Rebounded by Capon. Gimeno for three, uncontested. She missed that one, rebounded by Reed. Clock running with 25 to go. Barber double teamed. Gets it off to Edwards. Back to Barber. Barber over Gimeno, misses. Rebound. Simpson puts it up. It doesn't go. The putback doesn't go, and that's it. We are at halftime. And your score at halftime. Capon Mount Carmel 17 and Northwest 15. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza after this 2-minute timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the North is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
That's the KMC Potmies performing here at halftime. Grizzlies trail by 1, 17-16 after we went to our halftime break. And we're not aware that the referees had called yet another foul and awarded free throws to Northwest, and we made 1 out of 2. So it's 17-16 here at halftime. We don't have a halftime guest. I'll give you some of the totals that I have because we don't have a statistician. Kid O'Grady and I are the only two up here. We're a little short-staffed tonight, but I can read them off the scoreboard with the best of them, and I will read you those who are currently technically in the game for each team. Sadie Sanders has 0. Gimeno only has 3. He has 1 3-pointer, and that surprised me. I thought there would be more there. Lizzie Romer leads all scorers with 8 points. Myra Nichols has 1, and 43 is Emily Jacobs. She has a pair for Capon. For Northwest, leading the pack is Kenzie Edwards. She has 6. 1 for Anaya Simpson. None for Richard. Kamira Barber also has 6. Sasha Reed hasn't scored, and I don't think she's not on the board here, but I don't think that Robinson has scored either, although it's possible because there's only 13 points accounted for. That would be right because Aubrey Navarrete has a 3-pointer, and that's your 16 points for Northwest. So that's where we are at here at halftime. We've got about 5 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter. Quite honestly, I'm going to give my voice a bit of a break. We'll let you watch. We'll let you watch the good guys down there warming up. The boys are getting a little bit of warm-up practice for Northwest, and then we'll be back here to take you to the second half. 5:06 remaining in halftime. So stay with us right here on NWHSGrizz.com. There should be somebody from the administration here. Sitting down over there? And he wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be over there anyway because they should be over here where our students are. Welcome back to Cape and Mount Carmel. We're getting ready for the start of the third quarter. And in the third quarter, it'll be Northwest with the ball first to start things off. And the Grizzlies will be playing from right to left here in the second half. They'll go into the quarter trailing by 1. Nobody on the Grizzlies in any kind of foul trouble. Sasha Reed has 2. Nobody else has more than 1. So we would apparently be in pretty good shape there. On the floor for your Grizzlies, it's Kenzie Edwards, Sasha Reed, Kamira Barber, Aaliyah Richard, and Aubrey Navarrete, and we are underway here in the second half of this one. Richard pulls it out, gives it to Navarrete, and now back over to Barber at the top of the key. Barber in the paint, puts it up, it's blocked by Romer, and she gets the rebound. Here comes Cape and Mount Carmel back down, and she missed, but she's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Fouls on Navarrete, that's her second. First team foul of the half for either team. Has Lizzie Romer at the line shooting 2. First one is good. Second one lips out, rebounded by Sasha Reed. Here come the Grizzlies back down by a pair now. Looking to tie or go ahead. And that one is a travel. That'll turn it over to Cape and Mount Carmel. Jimino brings it up the floor. And there's a long one that misses everything, goes out of play. It will turn over to Northwest. Some sloppy ball handling here early in the third quarter. In the paint to Reed. Reed goes up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jimino. That's her first. And the first team foul of the half for Capon. Reed with 2 shots. And the first one lips out. Be nice if we make these free throws here. We don't get very many. Second attempt for Sasha. And she makes the second one. It's a 1-point game, and we're back underway here. Jimino brings it down the floor for Capon. To Romer. To Jacobs. Now back to Spears. Underneath, taken away by Navarrete. After worlds collide down there. Down here to Richard. Richard in the paint, off the glass, good. And the Grizzlies take the lead. Jimino brings it down for Cape and Mount Carmel. Jacobs can't do anything with it, gives it to Jimino in the paint, puts it up, it rattles, no good. And Kenzie Edwards gets it. And they're going to call a foul on somebody. Maddie Spires gets her second. And it's also the team's second in this half. Grizzlies bring it down the floor. Barber to Navarrete. Aubrey gives it to Kenzie Edwards. To Richard. Back to Navarrete. Barber has it inside the circle across the way. Edwards thought about a three, didn't have a good shot, got rid of it. And now Richard has it again. Richard drives in the paint off the glass, and it goes again. 2 in a row for Aaliyah Richard, and the Grizzlies lead by 3. That's their third largest lead of the game. And a 30-second timeout has been taken by Capon, I think. We'll see who they charge it to. They took it. Actually, it was us. We took it. We'll take this opportunity to tell you that here's what's going on the rest of this week. The answer to that question is nothing. We're done after tonight. We have a bye on Thursday. Thursday is the last night for regular season play in the state of Kansas. We have a bye night. We will find out Saturday who we play and where we play. The girls will not host. We'll find out on Saturday. We'll post it on NWHS Grizz just as soon as we know what it is. Capon inbounds the ball. Down by 3, Emily Jacobs sends it over to Romer. Romer to Loffer. Now Gimeno has it. She's ready to take another uncontested 3, but instead dishes it back off to Emily Jacobs. There's a long one off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sasha Reed. The miss by Feaster, who just came into the game. Barber with the ball for Northwest. A long 3 by Barber, doesn't miss, hits the heel. And it's rebounded, and Feaster has it. And we've got a whistle, and I know they're going to call a foul on somebody over there. I think it's on Aaliyah Richard. It is, and that's her first. Team foul number 2. Common foul. Capon inbounds the ball. Feaster has it and gives it off to Romer. Gimeno has it now on the near side. She goes in, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded by Sasha Reed. She lost it. Now she gets it back, and here come the Grizzlies. Barber drives, gives it to Richard for 3, off the heel, no good. Sasha Reed goes up, it's blocked, and Richard gets it back. Now there's Barber for 3, and that missed everything. Reed gets the rebound, misses, and Gimeno comes away with it. 3 good chances for Northwest, they come away empty. Romer underneath, scores. That's the way it happens. Capon takes a timeout. That's a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. 21-20, Grizzlies lead. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Capon Mount Carmel, coming out of the timeout, Grizzlies with a 1-point lead and the ball. 3:26 to go in the third quarter. Richard inbounds it to Barber, and we're back underway. Barber brings it across the timeline. One personnel change for Northwest. Anaya Simpson's back in the game for the Grizzlies. Replacing Sasha Reed. And we have a whistle and a foul. Foul is on McCoy Feaster, her first, third team foul. Oh, off the glass, can't get it to go. Loose ball on the floor. And what do we have here? We have a jump ball, or are we going to have yes, we have a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it will go to Cape and Mount Carmel. And we're back underway. Feaster has it on the far side, unguarded. Romer at the free throw line, has it blocked. Richard comes away with the ball, and here comes Northwest back with the ball and the lead. Barber pulls it back out, gives it to Edwards. Coach Myers, you can see him there calling a play. Edwards to Barber. Navarrete for three. Rainbow doesn't go. And it's rebounded by Kais, and here comes Cape and Mount Carmel back with it. Underneath, Emily Jacobs, count it. And Capen takes the lead again. It's the first points of the night for Jacobs. Barber has it for Northwest, and now another whistle. And what are they calling here? Are they calling a charge? Oh my gosh. They're calling a Kamira Barber for an offensive foul. Coach Myers can't believe it. And he's asking for an explanation. So far, he's not getting one. Anaya Simpson takes the seat. We're back underway here. Underneath, Kais puts it up, doesn't go, gets the rebound, fishes it back out. Romer puts up a three, it doesn't go, and this time it's Barber with the rebound. She gives it to Robinson, underneath to Richard. Richard tried to get one off the glass, it didn't go, and it's rebounded by the Crusaders. Feaster, and now what do we have? A foul, of course. That's going to be Aaliyah Richard. That's her second. Fourth team foul on Northwest. And Barber is going to take a seat. Let's reset this for you. We got Edwards, Robinson, Richard, Reed, and Navarrete on the floor for Northwest. Now they're calling another foul. This one's on Capen. It's on Romer. That's her third, fourth team foul. Each team with four now. Richard will bring the ball across the timeline. Reed underneath. Robinson's shot was blocked. Gimeno, nice move, bringing it down the floor, off the glass, and count it. Gimeno went coast to coast. We have less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Gimeno has 5 points. Seems like she should have more than that, but Robinson to Richard. To Reed. Navarrete sends it over to Robinson. Robinson, a three. That's going to go off the heel and short. Sasha Reed had the rebound. She went up and got fouled. She will go to the line and shoot two with 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Fouls on Jacobs. That's her first. Reed's first free throw is off the heel, no good. She's one for three on free throws so far. Reed only has that 1 point. Could use some more offense out of Sasha Reed here. Sasha puts up number 2 now. And it's good. 24-22. Here comes Capon with the ball. 13 to go in the quarter. Gimeno falls down. It goes out of play, and it will turn over to Northwest. 3 seconds to go. Not a lot of time for the Grizzlies. See if they can do anything with this. Navarrete comes back in for Reed. Navarrete with it, puts up a long bomb, and it misses. And that's the end of the third quarter. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, Capon Mount Carmel 24 and Northwest 22. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball. Just additional seats. Back at Capon Mount Carmel, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Northwest will inbound to begin play in this quarter, trailing by 2 points. On the floor for Northwest and inbounding the ball is Aubrey Navarrete. She inbounds it to Kamira Barber. Kenzie Edwards is also out there with Robinson and Richard. That's your 5 on the floor here in the fourth quarter. Edwards in the paint, puts it up off the glass. Rebounded by Barber, and she goes up and is fouled. Foul is on Gimeno. That's her second. Put Barber at the line with a chance to tie it. First one is good. Barber has 7 points. That's her first point here in the second half. She misses the second one. Rebounded by Capon, and here come the Crusaders. Gimeno will bring it across the timeline for the Crusaders. There's a three-pointer. Good. Romer took one step backwards and got the three-pointer for Capon. And now the Grizzlies trail by 4. Robinson. Here's Barber. Near side to Richard for 3. Good! Cuts the lead to 1. Richard with 7 points. Oh, and Edwards is, double dribble. They're going to turn it over. Northwest ball with a 1-point deficit, a chance here to take the lead. Barber brings it up the floor to Edwards. Richard Robinson for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barber and score it. Grizzlies lead. 28-27. Barber has 9. Okay, but oh boy, Richard almost picked her pocket. Romer being tied up there. Underneath, Lawford can't get it to go. She gets her own rebound. Romer puts it up and is fouled. Romer will go to the line and shoot a pair. Third team foul on Navarrete and the 5th on Northwest here in the second half. Romer's first one is up and misses. A rare miss for Lizzie Romer. Sasha Reed comes in for Navarrete. Second one is good. We're tied at 28. Northwest brings the ball up the floor. Tied with 6 minutes to go. Richard. Reed. Underneath to Barber. Spin move off the glass. Doesn't go. Reed gets the rebound and sends it out to Richard. Richard to Barber in the corner. Basket by Barber gives the Grizzlies a 2-point lead. Now we have a turnover, and it will be Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies inbound with the ball and a 2-point lead. Chance to put some distance between us and the Crusaders. Grizzlies won the first match by 4 points. Robinson puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Barber. Edwards for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jacobs. Here comes Gimeno bringing it down the floor for Capon. And Romer, an easy lay-in to tie it up. We're tied at 30. Sasha Reed. Barber in the paint, gives it off to Robinson for three. That one doesn't go, and it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. 4:29 to go in the fourth. Navarrete comes back in for Reed. So she's out there with Richard, Robinson, Edwards, and Barber. And that one is rebounded, and Barber gets it. Loose on the floor. Richard doesn't go. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Romer brings it down. Off the glass, no good. Knocked out of play. Whose ball is it? Doesn't matter. They're going to call a foul here. That's on Robinson. That's her third, team foul number 6. Each team will be in the bonus from here on out. Romer's going to shoot a pair here to break the tie. First one is good. She missed the second. Rebounded by Northwest, and here come the Grizzlies back with it. No, I didn't want to do that either. We have a whistle. Let's see who the foul's on. Foul is on Barber. That's her third. And it will put Capon into the bonus on a 1-and-1 situation. Romer's first one. Good. She'll get one more. Second one, also good. She makes them both. It's a 3-point lead for Capon Mount Carmel. Jimeno comes out, and Sanders comes in for her. Robinson brings the ball up the floor for Northwest. A lot of time left in this one. No reason to panic. Grizzlies need to make a run. That's what they need to do here. For three, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Romer. Full court pressure is beaten. Underneath, up off the glass, count the basket, and a foul. Phoebe Laufer gets the basket. She'll go to the line and shoot one. It's the fourth foul on Navarrete. And Laufer makes it. It's a 6-point lead, largest lead of the night for either team. And a timeout has been taken by Northwest. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Northwest only has one timeout remaining. Boys game will follow 20 minutes after this one. Stay tuned after this. We'll wrap it up and send it to the Andy Hill pregame show. We'll talk about, among other things, tonight's game, the senior night game against West High, where we just took it to them in the second half. And then the playoff possibilities, depending on whether or not we win or lose here at Capon tonight. Again, this is our last game of the season. Coming out of the timeout, Northwest will inbound. We're back underway. Barber with the ball. To Richard. Sends it across to Edwards. Back to Richard. Richard drives, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. Gets her own rebound, and what are they going to call here? They're going to call a jump ball? Or are they calling a foul? They called the foul. Foul's on Jimeno, that's her third. Richard will shoot a pair from the line to try and cut into this 6-point lead. Navarrete comes out. Sasha Reed comes back in for her. First one from Richard. Good. Three minutes to go. Grizzlies down by 5. Let's make it 4. Atta girl. Capon will inbound, and we are back underway. Jimeno brings it up the floor, gives it to Sanders. Underneath, almost stolen by Northwest. Romer for three, nothing but net. And the lead is 7. Grizzlies now will try to come back. They try to three, it doesn't work, and it's rebounded by Capon. Capon Mount Carmel takes a timeout now. That's also a 30-second variety, so we'll keep it Rachia. Playoffs begin next week. We anticipate games on Tuesday for both teams, and we're not exactly sure how we're going to do this yet. It's possible that Northwest will host for the boys, depending on what happens tonight. It's not possible for the girls to host. No matter what they do, they're going to go somewhere. We don't know which game we're doing. If they both play at the same time in different locales, we can only be in one place at a time. We will have to make a decision, and we'll make that decision, and we'll have to live by it. Cape and inbounds to resume play. No changes in personnel for Northwest. Loffer had one picked off by Edwards. She gets it up to Robinson, and it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. Pretty good play there by the Grizzlies. By Edwards to get the ball, and for Robinson to drive it down the floor. Sasha Reed comes out. Navarrete comes in. Pardon me. Ball comes into Richard. We're back underway. Richard for three. Puts up a rainbow. Doesn't go. Put back. Counted by Barber. Gimino all alone. I can't believe she didn't put it up. There wasn't anybody within 10 feet of her. Oh, there's a foul by Robinson trying to get the steal. Practically took Gimino in the next week. Gimino's first one on the 1-and-1 is good. Grizzlies are down by 6 again. There's a minute 31 to go here in the fourth quarter. This one getting out of hand. It's going to be this would make it a 3-possession game. And she did it. That's a big free throw for Gimino. Grizzlies inbound. They need points, and they need them quickly, and then they need stops. And they need them quickly. And there's a timeout taken, I think, by Myers. And the coach does take his last timeout to save the possession. That'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with him. Back in 60, you're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Let's reset this for you. Possession arrow is pointing at Cape and Mount Carmel. 1:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies inbound. We're back underway. Barber with the ball. Sends one all the way across to Navarrete. To Robinson. Robinson, Edwards. Back to Robinson. There's a three. Good! That's what we needed. Now we need a stop. Less than a minute to go in the fourth quarter. And we have a timeout being taken by Cape and Mount Carmel. That'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and reset this one for you. 51 seconds remaining in the fourth. Grizzlies down 41-37. Both teams are in the bonus. If Northwest fouls, they will put Capon in the double bonus. Possession arrow is pointing toward Capon. And Grizzlies have 2 players in the game with 4 fouls each. That's Robinson and Navarrete. Capon will have the ball coming out of the timeout. It'll be Spears inbounding for the Crusaders to Romer. Romer to Kais. Navarrete cannot be the one to foul. Richard fouls instead. That'll be a 2-shot double bonus foul. And they actually charged the foul, the 2 Richard. That's her third. Just 3 fouls to go with her 9 points. Gimeno is at the line shooting a pair. First one is good. Bounced around but did fall. It's going to be a 2-possession lead regardless. Sasha Reed comes out. Robinson comes in with her 4 fouls. Makes them both. 6-point game, 40 seconds to go. Loose ball on the floor, and before we can do anything, we have a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Romer, that's her 4th. Puts Barber at the line shooting a 1-and-1. She really needs to make them both. We need points with the clock stopped. And the first one is good. Barber makes them both. It's a 4-point game. And we have a substitution, I believe. Robinson comes out. I didn't see who went in for her. Doesn't matter, it's inbounded. Time is running, 38 to go. And a foul called very quickly. It's going to be on Richard, I believe. Like I said, it's on Sasha Reed. That's her 3rd. Another double bonus foul, this time Romer shooting. Romer's not the one you want on the line here, folks. She makes the first one. It's a 5-point game again. Robinson comes in for Sasha Reed. Navarrete, Barber, Robinson, Richard, who just picked off the miss, and Edwards on the floor for Northwest. Loose ball on the floor. That'll be a jump ball. Oh, they're calling a travel. And they're going to give it to Capon. Well, they'd have had it on the jump ball anyway. .7 to go. Gimeno will inbound for the Crusaders. And just like that, we have an instant foul on Barber. That'll be her 4th, I believe. It is her 4th. And again, we have free throws being shot. This time by Feaster. And the first one makes it. Makes them both. And it's a 3-possession game. That should pretty much wrap it up. Navarrete bangs one home from 3. Grizzlies cannot stop the clock except by fouling. This will be Feaster again going to the line. The issue is pretty academic because it's a 2-possession game regardless of whether or not she makes any of these. First one's good. Full timeout being taken by Capon. We'll go ahead and take it with him. Stay with us. We'll be back in 60. This is Grizzly basketball. Coming out of the timeout, we have free throws to be taken. Grizzlies trail by 5. One more shot coming here. And she missed it, rebounded by Northwest. Richard in the paint, puts it up, misses everything, goes out of play to Capon. 4 seconds to go in the contest. Four, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. Oh, don't call a foul with no time on the clock, please. And they didn't. They waved it off. Final score in the girls' contest. Capon Mount Carmel 47, Northwest 42. We'll be back to wrap this up in 2 minutes. Stay with us. We'll be back on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Cape and Mount Carmel, final score, Northwest falls to the Crusaders 47-42 in the girls contest. Cape and girls get payback for their loss at Northwest, and in about 20 minutes or so, there's going to be a delay in the start of the next game because they're doing senior. I thought Capen's last game was at home. It must be at Heights. They're about to they're doing senior night here. So, and they didn't tell me that either. Capen didn't do a very good job of communicating. I don't mind telling you that. They did a lousy job of communicating with us this time. They must have really had a lot of irons in the fire because they missed a lot of stuff. Anyway, with the senior night festivities going on, we're going to go ahead and send it to the pregame show with head. I'm not going to send it to that one with head coach Andy Hill. We'll have a 60-second timeout is what I'm trying to say here before we send it off, and then Coach Hill will join us with the pregame show. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football? Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Our doubleheader here at Cape and Mount Carmel continues now. The boys' game will be tipping it off here in the next 15 minutes or so, and we're joined, as we always are, before each and every varsity boys' game by our varsity head coach, Andy Hill. Coach, welcome aboard, and congratulations to you and the team on a great night on senior night.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, that was a good night. It's fun, always fun when you get to honor the seniors, but then when you get to do it and also win, that makes it even better. So, we played pretty well for 3 quarters. The second quarter, we did not play well at all, but then to kind of come back and come out of halftime and respond in a positive way after that was good for our guys. They really listened at halftime and kind of received the message that just the adjustments. We didn't go in and yell at anybody or anything like that. We didn't need to do that, but just things we needed to do a better job on and focus on more. They did a great job coming out and executing those things starting in the third quarter.
Well, that's got to be the biggest understatement since Noah said it looks like rain. Because, look at these. I'm going to give you a couple of numbers here. First of all, we trailed at half by 2 points after being outscored by 10 in the second quarter. In the third quarter, we outscored West by 10. In the fourth quarter, we outscored them by 15. So we outscored them 48-23 in the second half. I don't know what you said at halftime. Boy, it sure did work.
Yeah, really, we just had to be play with a little more urgency offensively. Second quarter, we were kind of just walking the ball up the floor. And then in the half court, we did a lot of standing around, watching guys dribble, and we weren't creating any kind of stress on West defensively. We were really easy to guard because we weren't moving. And so, I really credit my staff for kind of highlighting that aspect of things at halftime. And Coach Darr in particular was big on, pace of play. We got to go faster. We got to move more. And so that's what we emphasized at halftime, and the guys really took it to heart. And you saw us, I think, get the ball down the floor quicker, move it more in the half court, guys moving off the ball and cutting and creating looks. So I think, second half, I believe that we shot over 70% because we were getting, easy looks at the rim because guys were moving. We had 10 assists in the third quarter because the ball started moving more and it was finding the open guy. So, really played the way that we would strive to play every night and every moment offensively. We did that for the second half against West.
And you certainly had a balanced attack. You mentioned all the assists in the third quarter, but you had four players in double figures in that game. You had Tayshawn had 27 by our count. Eli had 10. So did Sincere Thompson, and so did Javon Glover. So four guys in double figures. Nice balance offensively, and I honestly thought Javon Glover played the best defensive game I've seen him play all year. I don't know how you felt about that, but that was the impression I had.
Javon did a great job. He was matched up with Gavin Phillips for West, number 21, who is, he's one of the better post players in our league. And you're exactly right. Javon did a great job on him defensively. I think we had I would say four different guys play their best game that they've played as a high school varsity player on Wednesday. And I would say Javon did. I think on both ends of the floor, he was good. I think Jerome Henderson was as good as he'd been all year long, just from his defensive focus and his energy, stuff like that. He didn't score a ton, but he was really good on the defensive end. Sincere Thompson that you mentioned, did a great job. He was one of the guys that started moving and, just getting open on cuts as well. And then Eli Benning, you mentioned him also, coming in with 10 points. And we had him right at 9 assists in our stats. And he was giving Sincere a hard time in film today because there was one clip that he made a great pass to him and Sincere just happened to rim out the layup. So
he missed his double-double.
He missed the double-double, and but we had some fun with that. So, yeah, it was a fun night.
Well, again, congratulations, and to the guys. And, yeah, you couldn't have done it on a better night. A home game, the last regular season home game of the year. It's senior night to boot, and the game was important. We were 12-7, and with one to go now, and we got to start looking at playoff possibilities. With this game against Capon today being our final regular season game period, you got to be looking at playoff possibilities. Have you figured out anything as to what you think might happen yet?
Yeah, we're in the mix right now to be land anywhere between the 6th seed and the 9 seed. So there's 4 teams kind of in that mix. If we're able to win and beat Capon, that would get us to 13 wins, and I believe that guarantees us to be either 6 or 7. If we do not win, then that kind of opens up some more possibilities. We could fall as low as 9, depending on other results and how tiebreakers go and things like that. So right now it's us, it's Lawrence Free State, it's Manhattan, and it's Wichita South. So there is a possibility that all 4 of us end up at 12-8, in which case it would go to point margin tiebreaker. And I think if that happens, we would end up the 7, but I'm not, anywhere between 6 and 9 is where we'll land.
So assuming we're in that 6 to 9 area, what does that do with regards to the first game of playoffs? Would that give us a home game?
Anything but 9 gives us a home game. So 1 through 8 get to host first round. 9 through 16 go on the road.
Okay. Well, we certainly don't want to finish 9th then, that's for sure. It'd be nice to get one more home game and to get a home playoff game. Like, the kids have earned it. They've played hard for it. The job doesn't get any easier tonight playing in Capon's backyard. They've only lost 1 game all year. And we've already played them once. What's the approach between you and the coaching staff and the players on the game playing tonight at Capon?
Yeah, just come out and try and be aggressive, be confident, play hard, let it fly, and see what happens. I Capen has one loss for a reason. They've lost, over the last 2 years. I think they've lost 2 games, maybe 3. They are who they are, and they're really, really good, and they're obviously really well coached. So, nobody's unbeatable. I think, especially a team like us. I mean, we've shown that we can compete with teams, and it's going to take 32 minutes of focus, of unmatched energy, guys sharing the ball and playing with energy and doing the right things. And you can't have any lapses because, Capen they're so good that, any moment of, you lose focus for a couple possessions and all of a sudden they're on a 6-0 run. And so it takes putting together a nearly perfect game to beat a team like Capen. We're capable of doing it. I know the guys, everybody in our locker room believes that we can. But ultimately it just, we got to go in there and try and come out and be aggressive, not back down, be confident, think we have a shot, and, play without fear and then let it fly.
Well, if the guys play at Capen like they played in the second half on Friday night for 32 minutes, we're going to be right in the mix. No question about it.
Yeah, that's what you hope for, play your best basketball and, hopefully we can have them feeling nervous going into the fourth and go from there.
How's the injury situation for tonight?
We're good. We're good. Had, some illness stuff going around, colds and that kind of stuff is.
There's a bunch been going around.
Yeah, everybody.
As you and I both know.
So, yeah. So, but I think we'll be good to go.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight against Capen Mount Carmel, and we'll look forward to a visit. Now we don't have another game this week because we have a bye on Thursday night when everybody else is playing. So we'll be scoreboard watching on Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll definitely be kind of watching results come in, and we'll know by Saturday for sure is when they do the official seeding and tiebreakers and all that stuff. So Saturday, mid-late morning, we should have a bracket, and then we get rolling the following Tuesday for Sub-State.
All right. Well, best of luck to you tonight. We'll look forward to a visit before next week's first Sub-State game against whomever it is.
That sounds good, Kevin. Thanks.
All right. Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the Capen Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita, Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzlies style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hamilton Ford at the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Services, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidServices.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Well, this is delayed, but thank you, Todd Eflin, excuse me. I got hung up talking to an old-time friend. If you're in the Wichita area, you know who Ted Woodward is. He's in the building. He's got a nephew, I believe, playing here. And saw him in the stands, and one of those deals where I couldn't say no. So glad to be back with you. And as I mentioned before we went to the pregame show, we're really delayed because they had the senior night ceremonies. We still have 13 minutes to go, 14 minutes to go actually, until we start introducing players. So we're going to let you listen to music and watch the kids warm up. I'm going to take a breather. We'll be back. Stay with us. you back to Cape and Mount Carmel. We're getting set here for the introduction of the players of both teams and the start of the boys' game. Grizzlies come into this game 12-7 on the season. They, as you heard Andy Hill talking in the pregame show, depending on whether we win or lose here tonight and what other teams around us do, we could finish anywhere between 6th and 9th overall for state seeding. And if we finish 6th, 7th, or 8th, we're going to host a home game next week. If we finish 9th, which means we lose here tonight and the other 3 teams around us all win, then we're going to have to travel. So we will know all of that on Saturday morning when the final seedings come out. They'll look at all the records and the tiebreakers and all the whatnot, and they'll figure out who's going to host and who's going to go where. And as soon as that bracket comes out and we get it, we will put it up on NWHS Grizz for you. We'll put up the game we're going to do as well as the bracket. So we'll have that information for you on Saturday. If you are just joining us or you've fast forwarded to this game, first of all, I want to thank you for joining us, and we apologize for the delayed podcast. There is absolutely nothing we could have done about it. This is a Capon problem, not a Northwest problem. This gym, when it was built in 2007, actually it was built in 2010, excuse me. When this was built in 2010, I did have a small role in its design, and I insisted they put hardwired internet up here on the catwalk. First of all, I insisted on the catwalk. Then I wanted hardwired internet up here for broadcast purposes, not only for us, but for radio and also for the print media. Well, we have it up here. It's up here. There are 3 Ethernet jacks up here. Cape and Mount Carmel is using 2 of them, unfortunately, and the third one does not work, and that's where the rub comes in. The third one does not work, and unfortunately the hotspot cannot get a signal in here strong enough to generate a web stream. So we had to record it, and that's why we recorded it and uploaded it tonight last night when I got home. So you're watching a delayed podcast, and we're glad you are, and we thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting your Northwest Grizzlies. It's time for the opening prayer and the national anthem. We're going to turn it over to PA announcer Clark Shaver.
This time we ask that you please stand and remove your caps as we read together in honor of God and country. Tonight's prayer will be led by King from the chapel, Father Bruce. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Almighty God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we thank you for the gift of this day. We thank you for the gift of the sport of basketball. And we thank you for the lives of each of these young athletes who brought here to compete tonight. We ask you to bless them, to keep them safe from injury and harm. Allow them to play with a true spirit of sportsmanship as they return their gifts and talents back to you, that they know that they are gifts that are bestowed on them by you, Lord, and that they can be drawn closer to you through their gifts. We ask all this as we pray in the words that you have taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver
That's the national anthem here at Cape and Mount Carmel. Now it's time for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams. We're going to do that up here in the booth. And we will start with the home team, the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. A 6'6" senior, number 0, Will Ancio. 6'2" senior, number 3, Dominic Shibley. 6'2" senior, number 5, Nathan Awigang. 6'4" senior, number 13, Bo Dalian. And 6'4" senior, number 24, Max Keller. Head coach for the Crusaders is Steve Eck. He's assisted by Cortland Carney, James Conley, Will Hebert, and Tim Hebert. Now the starting lineup for your Northwest Grizzlies. A 5'9" junior guard wearing number 2, Tayshawn Williams. 5'11" sophomore guard, number 5, Eli Benning. 5'9" senior guard, number 10, David Hudspeth. 6'4" senior forward, number 22, Javon Glover. And 5'8" senior guard, number 24, L.J. Phillips. Head coach of the Grizzlies is Andy Hill. He's assisted by Gavin Darr, Kylan Hawkins, and Jim Murnaugh. And I evidently went a lot faster than Clark Schaefer is going. I think they're milking some applause here. They're introducing an all-senior lineup. All the seniors are getting the start for Northwest tonight, or for Capen rather, as it is Cape and Mount Carmel's senior night. Grizzlies are in their road blues with gold trim and dark numerals, which I hate. And Capen is in their home whites with blue numerals. Grizzlies will play from left or right in the first half. And taking the opening tip for the Grizzlies, it'll be Javon Glover. I'm assuming it'll be Will Ancio for Capen. They have yet to come out. Your starters for Northwest: Williams, Benning, Hudspeth, Glover, and Phillips. And it is going to be Will Ancio taking the opening tip for Capen. Getting ready here for the start of this one. And the opening tip is won by Cape and Mount Carmel. And just like that, Northwest takes it away. Tayshawn Williams gives it to L.J. Phillips, and that one is intercepted. Oh, almost anyway. Hudspeth gets it, sends it to Williams for 3. Off the rim, no good. The rebound to L.J. Phillips, and his shot is blocked. And we have a whistle. Beg your pardon here. I'm losing my voice a little bit. And after all that, I'm not exactly sure what they called, but they're going to give Capen the ball. Crusaders bring it across the timeline. With it is Bo Dalian. He gives it off to Max Keller. In the corner. Now back out to Keller. Now Shibley has it. Shibley still with it. Still no shot. Underneath now a three-point attempt from the near side is good by Max Keller. And Grizzlies trail 3-0. Eli Benning gives it off to Williams on the near side. Tayshawn Williams. Back to Benning, back to Williams. Williams Whistle and a foul on the floor. Foul is charged to Shibley. That's his first foul of the game for either team. And the Grizzlies score. Williams gets the basket for Northwest. Capon around the horn. Ancio in the paint, puts it up. It doesn't go. Rebound to Daly. And now over here on the near side, a long three is good by Nathan Wiegang. That's 2 threes in the game for Capon. They lead 6-2. Williams. Back to Benning now. Benning in the paint. Puts it up. Kept the basket and a foul. Fouls by Wiegang. Trying to get the Grizzlies within one. He doesn't make it. And the rebound to Capon. Here come the Crusaders down. Grizzlies trail 6-4. That one's intercepted. Here's a wide open basket for Benning. He goes up and Ancio blocks the shot. Actually, that was Kyle Kea that blocked the shot. Excuse me. Grizzlies maintain possession. Across the way it goes. Williams for three. Good! Tayshawn Williams gives the Grizzlies the lead. Shibley with it. Gives it here on the near side to Bo Dalian. That one goes out of play. It will stay with Capon. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Grizzlies lead 7-6. And that one is taken away, and now they're going to say what? They're going to say he stepped on the sideline, and it'll turn it right back over to Capon Mount Carmel. Capon inbounds. On the far side with it. Ancio up and scores. His first two of the night. Eli gives it off to Hudspeth. David Hudspeth puts it up. It doesn't go. Rebounded by Ancio. Two-pointer there by Bo Dalian. Now another whistle. And they're going to send Sincere Thompson comes in for Northwest, the 5'11" junior guard. And Glover comes out. He either had an equipment problem or an injury to his foot. I'm not sure which. But the referee stopped play. So if the shoe comes off, they do stop play for that. Underneath goes out of play, and it will turn over to Capon Mount Carmel. Capon brings it up the timeline. In the paint to Ancio, back out to Shibley. In the paint again, up off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Phillips. And here comes Northwest back with a chance to cut into the lead. Williams for three, no good. Rebounded there by Shibley. And here come the Crusaders again. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Ancio. He sends it back out. Back in now to Ancio across the way. That's Shibley with it. Bo Dalian's shot will not count as a foul was called. This will be the first foul on Northwest tonight. And they're going to charge it to Eli Benning. Capon makes a line change. Hudspeth comes out. Actually, it's Phillips that came out, excuse me. Ancio puts in an easy lay-in, and he's got 4 points. 12-7, Grizzlies trail. Henderson in the game for Northwest. So we've got Henderson, Williams, Benning, Phillips, and Hudspeth. And Hudspeth for three. Count it. Capon brings it down. Grizzlies trail by 2. Well, they almost threw it away, but they got it back, did Capon. Barrier with it on the near side. Now it goes to William Thingvall, number 4, and an easy lay-in for Bo Dalian. Dalian has 4 points. Now a travel on Northwest, and it'll be Capon basketball. Capon inbounds. We're back underway. Dalian with it. Across the way, that one gets knocked out of play. It'll stay with Capon. Inbound, and we're back underway. Underneath, Ancio dishes out. There's a three-point attempt, nothing but net. Thingvall gets the 3 for Capon. Across the way, here's Hudspeth from 12 feet, missing everything. It gets knocked out of play, and it will stay with Northwest. Benning drives in the paint, puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound loose on the floor. Hudspeth gets it. Henderson for 3, off the rim, no good. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Thingvall for 3, misses the whirl. Ancio, the putback, count the basket, and a foul. Foul was on David Hudspeth. His first, team second, each team with 2. Ancio will try and make it a double-digit lead. He missed. Clock running. Eli Benning with the ball. Hudspeth in the corner to Williams. Williams drives the baseline. Reverse layup is good. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And there's a whistle. Foul is charged to Benning. That's his second. Five seconds to go. Last shot time for Capon. There it is. It's short, and that'll do it. We are at the end of the first quarter, and after 1 quarter of play, it's Capon Mount Carmel 19, Capon 12. We'll be back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. Stay with us. This is Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies will inbound to start the second quarter, and want to acknowledge our executive producer tonight, Kid O'Grady, who's worked his tail off. It's a two-man crew tonight, and he's done a great job of getting you some great pictures here tonight. We're underway here in the second quarter. Grizzlies with the ball. On the floor, Tayshawn Williams, David Hudspeth, Williams, a spin move. Up underneath. Count it. Yes, sir. That away. Tayshawn. Sincere Thompson also out there along with Jerome Henderson. That's your 5 on the floor here in the second quarter. 19-14. Grizzlies down by 5. Brooks Powers sends one in. Has it again now. Under the basket, lay-in misses, put back misses, put back misses, put back gets a foul. Well, they had 4 tries at it, couldn't score, but they drew a foul. Fouls on Jerome Henderson. 4th team foul on Northwest. First free throw was good. And he makes them both. Williams will bring the ball down the floor for Northwest. They trail by a touchdown. Hudspeth for 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Capon. Here they come. Underneath. Putting it up. Foul called. Foul is on L.J. Phillips. That's his first. Team foul number 5, and the Grizzlies are racking up fouls like crazy here in the second quarter. First free throw. First free throw misses. He'll get one more. Missed them both. Here come the Grizzlies. Oh, we got the second one, excuse me. And that was Tegan Charles that was shooting him. Oh, that one rims out. Charles gets the rebound. Here comes Capon, 2-on-1. And that one goes out of play to Northwest. On the errant pass. Ancio comes back in for Capon. Brings his 6 points with him. Grizzlies inbound. Hudspeth brings it across the timeline. Dishes it off to Glover, who just came back in. And off, he missed the lay-in. Glover had a chance for an easy put-in, and he couldn't get it to go. Ancio couldn't get his to go either, so we're even. There's a takeaway and a score by Corbin Johnson of Capon. Hudspeth gives it to Henderson for three. Way short. Rebounded there by Chase DuPont. There's an NBA three off the heel. No good. The rebound went right to Ancio when he popped it in. Ancio, for a big man, has some soft hands. Northwest is going to take a timeout here. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and take this 30 seconds to ask you to please thank all of our sponsors. They include Mel Hambledon Ford. Todd Eflin narrates. Go to Todd Eflin, TODDEFLIN.com. Christopher Daniels Jewelry and Watch Repair. Jensen Chiropractic. Chance Transmission. Made MAID Pro of Wichita. Taco Prano at 21st and Tyler. Keystone Solid Surfaces and Andrews Cleaning Service. We thank them all for their support of Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web. Coming out of the timeout, Grizzlies are down by a dozen. Don't want this to get out of hand quickly here, and it has done that in the second quarter. They only trailed by 5 at the end of the first quarter. They're down by 12 now. Hudspeth with the ball. Gives it in. Liam Calvert, number 11, is in the game for Northwest. And that one, I don't know how that didn't go in. Glover did everything but make it fall. Thingvall passes it into Charles. Across the way, there's a three-pointer missing. Rebounded by Thingvall. Here's one from this side. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Williams all the way down, and count the basket from Hudspeth. Hudspeth was down there cherry picking, and he gets it back within 10. Steal by Northwest. There's Williams with it, up off the glass. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line and shoot two, and he was just hammered. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's not an intentional foul. Fouls on Brooks Powers. His first, team foul number 3 for Capon. Williams at the line to shoot two. First one's good. Makes them both. (26-18). Grizzlies down by 8. They've been down by as many as a dozen. Far side, Charles with it. He puts it up, and it's a three, and it's good. Liam Calvert counted for three. Capon Mount Carmel takes a timeout. That'll also be a 30-second timeout. And we'll take this opportunity to give you a programming note. This is our final regular season game for the Grizzlies. They have Thursday night off. It's their bye night. We will start playoffs next week. We do not know where we will be or who we will be doing or who they will be playing. But we will, I'm assuming that the girls and boys will play at the same time and we can only be in one place. We'll find that out all on Saturday morning. As soon as we know what we're doing, we'll post it for you. And we'll try and get those brackets up there as well for you. Okay, coming out of the timeout, it'll be Cape and Mount Carmel basketball. And I'm going to make an adjustment here on the timeouts. Next opportunity we get here. Capen has taken both timeouts in this game. There's one off the glass, no good. Putback is blocked. And coming away with it is Northwest. Hotspot got his pocket picked, but it'll stay with the Grizzlies. Do it that way. Now we got the timeouts right. In the corner it goes for Northwest. Went right through the wickets of Glover. And it will be Capen basketball. Grizzlies trail by 8. Move, please. Capen with it, top of the key. I missed. Now he moved. Be right back with you, folks. Have a seat, please. Thank you. Now we have a foul called on Glover here while we were trying to get a view. That's the 6th team foul. And the first free throw is good. Charles' second one is also good. He makes them both. He's got 6. Here come the Grizzlies, and now we have a turnover by Williams. And it will turn over and become Capen's basketball. Capen brings it up the floor. On the near side it comes to Shibley. Driving. Well, I'm not sure what we were waiting for. That was probably the most delayed foul call I've seen in a long time. It's Glover's second. Puts Capen in the bonus. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. Henderson comes in for Glover. He makes it, he'll get one more. That's Bo Powers, that's Brooks Powers, excuse me, that's shooting. And the second one is short. The rebound is going to go to Northwest, and here we go. Grizzlies down by 11 again. That one rims out. It's rebounded by Capen. And there's one intercepted by Williams, but he saved it and put it right in. He put it right into Bo Dalian, who then traveled. And it's Grizzly basketball. 2:20 to go, second quarter. Williams underneath. Out to Hudspeth. Eli Benning with it. And he had his pass intercepted and a whistle, and I think we're going to have a foul. Oh, they're going to say that Bo Daly had stepped out of bounds, so it'll stay with Northwest. I thought they were going to call a foul there. My bad. Ball's inbounded. Henderson has it. Top of the key to to Benning. Now to Williams. Williams. Spin move. No. Gives it away to Calvert, and Calvert's pass is intercepted. This is going to be a dunk. Oh, they missed the lay-in. That was Shibley trying to lay it in. I think he couldn't decide whether to dunk it or lay it in, so he did neither. And it turns over to Northwest. Hudspeth across the way to Williams. Williams drives the baseline, puts it up, and scores. Nice job by Tayshawn Williams. He has 13 to lead all scorers. Thengvall has it for Capon. He gives it off to Dalian. Dalian, oh, nice behind the back pass, and they're calling an offensive foul. I think on Dalian. Let's see who that's on. It is on Bo Dalian. That's his first. Team's fourth is all, so they're not going to have an issue here with foul issues. Less than a minute to go in the first half. On the far side. Now up to Eli Benning. Benning up and scoring. Eli Benning gets it down to 7 again. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Around the horn it goes for Capon. Driving in the paint, and a shot is blocked by Calvert. And I think they're going to call, what are they calling? They're calling a foul. Calling it on Calvert. That's his first. Yeah. 1-and-1 opportunity here for the Crusaders. First one misses. That's Max Keller shooting. He'll get one more try. Capon's numbers, by the way, are as hard to read up here as ours are. We're up here in the nosebleeds at Capon Mount Carmel. And he missed them both. Loose ball on the floor, and who's going to get it? I don't know what they're going to call here. That's a alternating possession. It will belong to Capon. Someone has called timeout, and it is us that has called timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. We've only got a few seconds to go until halftime, so we'll just keep it right here. Whoop. And as far as your halftime extravaganza is concerned, it's going to be pretty limited again. I don't have a guest for you. I invited Marty Straub up here to come up here at halftime, but I don't think he's going to make it. Ball inbounded by Capon now with 10 seconds to go. Thengvall dishes it off. In the paint. Up, off the glass, no good. That one will not count. And we are at halftime, people. And at halftime, the score is Capon Mount Carmel 32 and Northwest 25. We'll be back with some stats and some halftime stuff here for you in 2 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
That's the KMC Pommies finishing up their routine. If you watch the girls' game, you got to see the whole thing. We are at halftime. Grizzlies are down by 7, 32-25 to the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. We'll give you some of the scoring here in the first half. We don't have it all. I know that I can tell you that Tayshawn Williams leads all scorers in this game with 13. Henderson has not scored in this game for Northwest. Hudspeth has 5. Calvert has 3. He got a 3-pointer. And who else is on the board over there? Sincere Thompson. He hasn't scored either. So a lot of our points aren't on the board. We've got 13, 18, 21. 4 of our points aren't on the scoreboard because they're not in the game. For Cape and Mount Carmel, Ancio has 8. He could have twice that many if he'd have made his shots. He missed a lot of lay-ins in the first half. And that may be one of the reasons why we're in the game. Also on the scoreboard, William Thengval has 5. 21 for Corbin. Corbin Johnson has 2 points. Max Keller has 3, and with 1 point, Brooks Powers. And that's some of the scoring. That's the highlights. We do not have a statistician tonight. Kid O'Grady and yours truly, you're up here by our lonesomes tonight. We're mega short-handed, but we're happy to be able to bring this to you, and I'm very happy that Kid O'Grady is here tonight. That's big thumbs up to you and to your dad for bringing you. So I appreciate him providing you with that transportation. So I may have to say something nice about you in class tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea what you're even doing in class tomorrow because Mr. Monroe has not yet told me. Mr. Monroe's out of town this week.
Yeah, I noticed that he wasn't in his class when I walked past it.
Say what now?
I noticed that he
No, I was him today too. I'll be him all week. So that's the way it is. Kind of quiet up here at Cape and Mount Carmel. Nothing going on the floor. No music playing. Very, very, very quiet indeed. Don't have anything else I can tell you except to regurgitate that which I've already said. Girls have wrapped up their season. They finished 8-12, and they will travel somewhere next week for playoff, for their first playoff game. The boys, if they can come back here and win, they're guaranteed a home game because they cannot finish ninth if they win tonight. They're going to finish anywhere between 6th and 9th in the playoff race statewide. And if they finish 6th, 7th, or 8th, they host. If they finish 9th, we have to travel. So hopefully we will not have to travel. And Coach Hill thinks that if we do finish 9th, there's a possibility that our travel would only be across town to Wichita Southeast. So that wouldn't be a true road game, which would be fine with me. I'm really not interested in being on the road all next week. Much rather stay at home. The weather next week is not supposed to be nearly as nice as it is today. It was 65 here in Wichita today. A cold front comes through tomorrow, gets cold again, the bottom drops out. We're going to have wind chills near 0 on Thursday morning. So winter is not over yet by any means. 32-25. Please trail here at our sponsors one more time, and then we'll be back with the second half. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Quite frankly, I didn't expect them to be up here. These are all Capon kids. They ought to be over there. Back at Cape and Mount Carmel, getting set for the start of the third quarter, which is 80 seconds away. You see the Grizzlies warming up. They will be playing from right to left here in the second half of this one, and they're certainly not out of contention in this game by any means. I mean, Capon has blown out some teams here at home. They've had a great year. They're 18-1 coming. Is that right? 17-1 coming into tonight. They're only lost to Heights, and they play Heights. Pardon me. They play Heights at Heights on Thursday. So they have one more tough game left. Everybody in the state will play on Thursday. Thursday is the last day games can be played, and they do that in case of bad weather. We have the night off Thursday. It's our second bye in the round. So we will not play. This is our last game in the regular season here tonight at KMC. And with all the trouble we had with our internet and everything else tonight, we do want to thank Marty Straub for his hospitality. Marty, the athletic director here at Cape and Mount Carmel. I have known Marty since he was the athletic director at Hayes, and that is some 10 years ago at least that I knew him then. Back underway. Capon inbounded to start the third quarter, and the Grizzlies promptly take it away. Here's Williams, and he feeds it over to Hudspeth. Back to Benning for three. Good! Eli Benning starts us off right. Tegan Charles, top of the key with it. Ancio had three players draped on him, and one of them fouled him. They're going to call it on L.J. Phillips. That's his second. First team foul of the second half for either team. And Ancio will go to the line and shoot a pair. And he missed the first one. Second one from Ancio is good. Grizzlies inbound. We're back underway. Benning sends it across the way to Williams. Williams with his 13 points. Puts it up off the heel. No good. And the rebound to the Crusaders. Down they come with it. That's Tegan Charles with the ball. Feeding it into Ancio. Back to Charles. Charles from 15 feet. Count it. 35-28, Grizzlies trail. Williams dishes it off to Benning. Underneath. Oh, nice put back that time by Thingvall for two. Missed shot and rebound to Thingvall. He'll bring it down. He was kind of quiet in the first half. He has 7 points, though. Three-pointer misses everything. Here's the putback. And that one does fall. And a full timeout's been taken by Northwest. We're going to go ahead and take it with them as well. Grizzlies trail 39-28. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball. Back at Cape and Mount Carmel, coming out of the timeout. Exactly 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Grizzlies are down by 11 now. They got it back down to 7, and they started off the quarter great. And they inbound the ball. Eli Benning will bring it down. He's on the floor with Tayshawn Williams. L.J. Phillips. David Hudspeth. There's a three that rims out. Rebounded by Capon. Down it comes. Charles passes it off. There's one underneath, and it's taken away by the Crusaders on a nice play by Phillips. Oh, he went in. Goaltending will be called on that puppy. Turns out it went in anyway, but they called the goaltend. Capon brings the ball down. 39-30, Grizzlies trail. There's one intercepted by Phillips. Oh, there's an over-the-back foul if I ever saw one. Fouls charged to Corbin Johnson. That's his first. Grizzlies inbound. Thought about a three, now a long two off the glass, count it. Javon Glover scores for Northwest. Capon will inbound. Ancio puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Third foul on Javon Glover. Second team foul in the second half. Ancio's at the line shooting a pair. First one is good. That young man has very soft hands. Ancio's going to play wide receiver at K-State next year. He misses the second one. And the Grizzlies get the rebound. Here we go. That one gets kicked out by Charles. It'll stay with Northwest. Williams will inbound to Benning. Benning tosses it back out. Glover with it for Northwest. Williams gives it to Henderson on the far side. Up off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound by Charles. And there's a whistle and a foul as Ancio went up and had the ball stripped. And Ancio, who was very quiet, pretty quiet in the first half, has very quietly gotten himself in double figures. He has 10 points. And that foul was charged to Glover, and that's his fourth. So Javon Glover takes a seat. Liam Calvert comes in for him. There's a miss out of play, and they're going to keep it with Capon. Capon inbounds under the glass, put back good. Reverse lay-in, nicely done. Grizzlies bring it down the floor. That's Williams. He scoops it up. It doesn't go, and rebounded by Thingvall. And now we have another foul. See who they charge this one to. That foul's on Benning. That's his third. Grizzlies have 14 fouls now. First free throw is good. Makes them both. That's Max Keller shooting the free throws. 44-32. We're down by a dozen. That's the biggest margin so far tonight. We've been there a couple times. Williams, good for three. Out of play to Northwest. Williams takes the inbound pass to bring it down for Northwest. They trail by 9. Chance to cut into that lead again. Fouls charged to Max Keller. That's his first. It's only the second team foul on Cape and Mount Carmel in this half. They played a pretty clean half. Would you guys please sit down? Sorry, folks. Ancio, 4-2. Leads back up to 9 again. Liam Calvert. And stepping out of bounds on the bad pass was Benning. And Benning turns it over to Cape and Mount Carmel. 2:18 to go. Wow. Our clock is messed up. We'll get it fixed for you here shortly. Thengvall has it for Capen. Underneath to Ancio. Oh, a nice strip by Benning, and there's Williams. All alone, lays it in. Nice play by Benning and Williams for the score. Another whistle. Williams guilty of the foul. That's his first, the 15th foul on Northwest. Capen inbounds the ball. Ancio feeds in a nice pass underneath. And that's a good alley-oop play, a mini alley-oop, if you will, to Thengvall, and it's 48-39. That one falls for Phillips, 48-41. Every time the Grizzlies start to make a little run, here comes Capen back. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. In the third quarter. 3-point basket by Thengvall. And it's a double-digit lead again. Now here's Benning for 3. His misses, rebounded by the Crusaders. A long one down there for Thengvall, and he'll lay it in. Grizzlies, are they going to play for one? No, so far they're not. Up and good for the Crusaders. 4 seconds to go. That's the end of the third quarter. Your third quarter score. Boy, I got this messed up. I got to fix it. I gave points to the wrong people. We'll be back at 60. I'll be right back. Grizzlies will start play in the fourth quarter, trailing by 10. They're going to need a monster fourth quarter here to get back in this. On the floor for the Grizzlies, we've got Williams, we have Phillips, Benning, Henderson, and Hudspeth. And there's your 5 on the floor for Northwest. And there's a three-pointer. That's the way to start the quarter. Capon with the ball, top of the key. Grizzlies need some stops here. Charles almost got something going. Grizzlies got it back. Good play by the Grizzlies on defense. Benning gives it to Williams for 3. Off the rim, no good. And stepping on the baseline on the rebound, gives it back to Capon Mount Carmel. Capon inbounds the ball. Good pass underneath. Now they send it back out again. Ancio has it for Capon. Grizzlies need to make a stop. Thingvall has it. Clear path. Now he went out of bounds, but he dished it off. There's a long 3 attempt. It's short. And sweeping the glass. But the Crusaders are so good at this. Now a putback for 2. Benning underneath. They have I think Benning stepped on the baseline here is what they're calling. Phillips is going to take a seat. Glover came in for him. Glover has 4 fouls. Thingvall for 3. Good. Oh, those are killers. 58-46. Grizzlies trail. Ball's out of bounds. The referees are chalking it over, and I apologize for being occupied for a moment here. I didn't get a chance to say much about it. Northwest is going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here, and we'll reset this game for you. Grizzlies are down by 8. They trailed by 10 going into this quarter. They're down 58 to 46. They have 2 timeouts left. Capon has 3. They have 5 team fouls. Capon has 2. The possession arrow is pointing to Capon. Not a lot of things looking good for us at the moment, especially that scoreboard, 58-46. We've got to get some of this back. They got their 12-point lead back again. We can't afford that. I said it was an 8-point. I did it backwards. Been a long day for us, too. Capon inbounds the ball. We're back underway. No changes for Northwest here after the timeout. Double team. Ancio passes it off. In the paint, Ancio dishes it off again. There's a 3 attempt by Bo Dalian that misses. Rebounded by Northwest. They send one up for Benning, and Benning Benning was trying an alley-oop play, and there was nobody there to alley-oop with. So that was just miscommunication on the part of the Grizzlies. And Corbin Johnson will bring it back up now for Cape and Mount Carmel. Ancio, top of the key. There's a 3 attempt that hits off the glass, no good, but a foul called. Foul is on Williams. That's his 6th. Common foul. They'll bring it in from the floor. They do that, and there's a basket and a foul. If we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have any. The foul puts Capon into the bonus. And the free throw is good. Williams brings it across the timeline for Northwest. Grizzlies are down by 15, their largest deficit of the game. Williams for 3 off the heel, no good, rebounded by Thengvall. Thengvall will bring it up across the timeline himself. Dishes it off on the near side to Powers. Around the horn it goes. Here's a 3 attempt. Good. Corbin Johnson gets a 3. And the Grizzlies miss theirs at the other end, and that's the way the second half is going. Very quickly, Cape and Mount Carmel is going to have a 20-point lead. Here it is. And nothing. I think they're going to call a foul on Northwest. And that will put, somebody's going to the line. I think it's going to be Bo Dalian, and it is. Dalian will shoot a pair. I take that back. He's going to shoot a 1-and-1, I believe. Nope, they're saying it's a 2-shot foul. That didn't matter anyway. First one is good. Daly in second. Misses. Rebound to Northwest. They're down by 19 with 3:38 to go. And now they're down by 21. There's a whistle. Come on. Foul is charged to Ancio, and believe it or not, that's his first foul. Put back, good. On the far side, Capon with it. Sends it over here to Thengvall. He thought about a 3. Oh, passes in the paint beautifully. And an easy bucket. And there's going to be a timeout taken. This is a 30-second timeout being taken by somebody. It's going to be by Northwest. No? Nope, it's taken by Capon. And we'll keep it right. Oh, it's a full timeout. Let's go ahead and take a commercial. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies inbound to resume play with 2:50 to go. Down by 21. Chapin doing what they normally do. We were down by 10 at half. They've doubled the deficit. Thingvall missed an easy lay-in, but I was going to say Ancio was there for the easy putback, but he missed it too. Underneath, Glover. Yes, and a foul. Glover will shoot one. We are going to do a quick sign-off when this one is done. We'll quickly recap what's to come. Glover makes it. And then we're going to sign off. It is a school night. So I need to get Mr. O'Grady out of here. And it's a school night for me too, because I'm going to be Shane Monroe tomorrow. There's a whistle and a foul. That coupled with the fact that the games tonight have really gone on and taken a long time because of all the fouls. And senior night festivities had something to do with it too. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Well, we were hoping for something of a miracle tonight. We didn't get it. There's a steal by Chapin. And a steal right back. Williams is all alone again and lays it in. Williams has had one heck of a night. He has 20 points, does Tayshawn Williams. Chapin had two chances at it. Couldn't get either one to go. Northwest gets the rebound. Phillips underneath. And he tried to get it over here to Williams on the near side, and it was intercepted. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to be Northwest ball. Common foul and plenty of fouls to go. Oops, I did that wrong. I clicked the wrong thing, folks. Williams has it. 90 seconds, less than 90 seconds to go. The issue's decided. It's a matter of what will the final be. Benning misses everything. That one goes out of play. Nice save by the Crusaders. And it should end up being Crusader ball as it went out again. .69 seconds to go. Both teams clearing their benches. Grizzlies put in a player who's not on my roster with that number, so I don't know who that is. So, folks, if that's your kid out there, I apologize. In the corner, around it goes. Less than a minute to go in the game. Underneath, good. Underneath, Phillips puts it up off the glass. It doesn't go. Swept clean by the Crusaders. 30 seconds to go. Whistle and a foul. Bo Dalian called for his second personal. It will send Benning to the line to shoot two. and he missed the first. Makes 1 out of 2. Capen inbounds the ball, and they don't need to shoot. They don't need to do anything except get it across the timeline, which they have now done. 8 seconds to go. They'll probably dribble it out. And that'll do it. We are final here at Capen Mount Carmel. Your final score tonight, Capen Mount Carmel 75, Northwest 54. We're going to keep it right here and give you a quick wrap-up of what's happening the rest of the week for the next week. First of all, this is our final game of the week. It's also our final regular season game. We do not know where or when we will be playing. We will not know till Saturday. There is a slim chance that even though the Grizzlies lost tonight, that they could still host a game next week. The boys, that is. The girls will travel somewhere. We don't know where. We won't know till Saturday. We're going to try and post all the brackets for you on nwhsgrizz.com on Saturday morning. I want to thank, first of all, Kid O'Grady for an outstanding performance tonight to give you some great pictures. Sure appreciate it. Sure appreciate the help. And also want to thank you folks for tuning in to watch the games, even though we lost and even though they were delayed. We appreciate you tuning in and checking them out. Until next week when we're in playoff land, wherever that is, I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night from Capen Mount Carmel.